welcome Twitch chat and YouTube to 3 a.m. vintage. So it's been a long time since we've done any 3 a.m. vintage on this channel. Maybe some of the newer watchers will not have seen the glorious videos of the old 3 a.m. challenges. Mostly life doesn't really let me stay up till 3 a.m. on a Saturday night and play vintage for another 6 hours. But today I went to an RCQ, or yesterday I went to an RCQ. Battled in some paper magic, and then came back home and collapsed for 5 or 6 hours. So I'm up and awake, and it's time to battle at 3 a.m. Anyways, what the idea we're trying to play with today is a fair painter deck. So I actually saw a list from Osmandius on Twitter of a legacy deck that was playing Shredder, Expressive Iteration, Saga, Goblin Welder, and Force of Will, importantly, in a kind of fair deck with a Painter Grindstone win combination. And I tried to make that deck work in a normal 60 card vintage shell, and I struggled to hit all of the requisite pieces. I wasn't really able to make a working mana base when I turned some things into Moxen. In vintage, we have Astrolabe, which I think should be a key part of this deck, as it's going to let you not only loop with Welder, but turn your off-color Moxen into Expressive Iteration mana, turn your Saga into Expressive Iteration mana. So there's a lot of things. I basically wanted to have Astrolabe, but I also need to try to get a blue count for Force of Will, and I also need to make the mana base work. And I just couldn't do it in 60 cards. So what I did is we went up to 80 cards, and we're playing Yorion. Normally, I'm not super thrilled with the idea of Yorion in vintage because it's going to make it less likely for you to draw your combo and powerful one-ofs. However, if you make your deck all 4-ofs, or like a large number of 4-ofs and a large number of tutor pieces, it gets better. And Yorion, as a way to up my blue count for Force of Will and Force of Negation, is quite a strong card. Just paying 3 mana to get a blue card into your hand is very powerful. And then obviously, like, you still have, fast mana, and you can blink Astrolabe. And so I think Yorion actually fits this kind of shell pretty well. So what we do is we just added, got our mana base all fixed up, got some Astrolabes in here, and upped our blue count with powerful on-theme blue cards. So the whole idea is that this deck should be less weak to the things that made a full combo Painter version bad. So like, we've played a lot of Painter on the channel in the past. You can check out some of those old videos. But almost all of my Painter lists that I've ever played in the last 3 years have been very dedicated combo lists. This list is more going to be on the fair value side, like Expressive Iteration, Shredder, and Saga being generically powerful cards. Maybe not, vintage all-stars, but generically powerful cards across the formats that they're viable in. Should make us have like a really strong blue grind game. And so where you're actually kind of more of a controlling deck, and you shouldn't lose to hard combo as much as you did before. That's the idea anyways. We'll see how it actually pans out during the matches tonight. But I'm excited. It should be pretty interesting one. Exciting news, everyone. I've just launched a new Patreon. There, you can show support for my content, grab additional weekly metagame recommendations, and even submit a donation deck list. Donation deck lists are the most frequently asked question on my channel, and I feel I'm now ready to support this new content. Please check out the rules for submissions on the Patreon link in the description, and thank you for your continued support of my channel. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1 vintage challenge up against John. John was last seen playing Squee, so hopefully they're not still playing Squee, though Hold Breacher quite good against Squee. This hand, oh boy. This hand, I don't know. It's probably not actually keepable. We are forced to get Basic Island here, which normally not a huge deal, but we don't have a follow-up mana source of colorful mana. I think I'm just going to put this back and try for something better. This is certainly better. Just get rid of this Stack Fade in and lead with a Goblin Welder. Oh, I'm not on the play. Oh, they have a probe though, so they're not on squee. This hand's like much better if my opponent's not bizarring me, so. Like I have you know, a reasonable Vault Key Saga kill. Let's see if they're on something other combo deck. Oh no, it should be Tropical Island. All right, so we're grinding. We're grinding. Okay, sweet. I'm down for some grinding here. I'm gonna just get this Welder in play still, and then next turn we'll look for maybe Saga Vault as a good mana usage, maybe Saga Grindstone. Kind of depends on what we draw. The good news is if they don't have negation as their counter spell, then we can loop things back into play with Welder. So like even if they were to counter Time Vault, then we could still bring it back. Double Tropical Island, huh? Is this gonna be like an Oko or a Leovold? Yeah, so in Oko, we drew a Force of Negation at exactly the right time. I don't know how we beat an Oko. If they have a Force counter back up for this, we probably lose. I guess we have a Pyroblasts in our deck. I wonder if we were supposed to play more Pyroblasts in our deck. Like, if that Oko resolves, it's going to be just a bad day for us. So, I'm going to just get the Time Vault in play and utilize my mana to the most efficient way. Obviously, I'm super weak to Vigor here, and I'll just lose my Vault and my Saga, but this is fine. I don't really have any recourse to play around such a thing. The good news is if they don't have like a Wasteland, then they don't have mana off of this Deathrite Shaman. They don't have black mana. Like if they don't have a fetch, they do have a Wasteland. Okay, so Saga once again doesn't do anything, but I wish my Sagas were like actually a useful card. Oh, okay. So 4-color Yuta deck. 4-color Deathrite Shaman Walkers. Well, we're super far behind at the moment. Because my Saga has just never been good. Yeah. Gonna be a really hard one for us to win. Don't really ever want to, well. I don't know. Not that we were like super far ahead with a Saga in play anyways, because we didn't have the mana to make constructs. They're just gonna gain control of Time Vault. Choose target artifact a player controls and target artifact in that player's graveyard. If both targets are still legal and this ability resolves, that player simultaneously sacrifices the artifact and returns. Okay. I mean, this is fine. If you're not going to loot for a turn, that makes me happy. I'm not really doing anything with this Time Vault anyways. Well, now I have a Saga, so I definitely wish I had my Time Vault, but what's I got to do here? A little sad I can't get Astrolabe buff this. I don't think we're going to win if our opponent resolves this iteration. No, they just have Flusterstorm iteration. Okay, I mean, we have been extremely outvalued in this game at every point. There's just nothing I can do. Okay. They got a strip mine off of it. Awesome. Might even be worse for me if they strip mine the mountain than the Saga, but like they have an active Dak Faden. All right, Astrolabe looks pretty good here though. Let's get that in play. What do we got? Mana Crypt. So we're pretty close to being able to start grindstoning ourselves and maybe set up some kind of welder loop. Unless they just steal my Astrolabe again. They don't have any artifacts in their yard, so I can't welder them. Don't want to really put this Mana Crypt in play until I have to, though. An artifact a player controls and a target artifact in that player's graveyard. Yeah, they don't have that many artifacts in their deck, so it's pretty hard for us to, like, get this Time Vault back into our graveyard. But it's not it's not impos. Fucking hell. Okay, yeah. This seems abysmal for me. Oh, they're not even gonna kill my Goblin Welder because they're strip mine locking me. Right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. Yeah. Planeswalkers. What's a guy to do? So yeah, I'm gonna play out this Mana Crypt. That way I can go for I mean, we can still win this game, right? Like if my opponent gets greedy, doesn't leave open the requisite pieces, and we do something like, I don't know, grindstone ourselves, mill over a Painter Servant, switch it in with Welder, they don't have a DAC activation up, we, you know, draw a land and combo kill them or something. Like, these are things that could happen. All right, I'm going to grindstone myself. Hopefully we hit an Astrolabe. We hit Hull Breacher Engineer. Well, I really would have wanted to have a Hull Breacher. But... all right, well, it didn't work out. It's unfortunate. They're going to take the Mana Crypt. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're going to be locked out of mana, so... I'm going to hold this, let them strip mine, lock me, and then... not much to do. It's pretty much impossible for them to die to this Mana Crypt because they have an active Shaman, and we just milled over an additional 2 creatures. Yeah. Yeah. I do kind of feel like if we had hit well off of that grindstone, we could have been in a decent spot. Okay, so I can kill the Dak Faden. Or I can try to kill the Dak Faden anyways. They do have a hard cast Force of Will mana up. I don't know if this is really something that is gonna happen. There's always gonna have hard cast Force of Will mana up. Give it a college try. Boo! No Dak Faden. Okay, Dak Faden's died. That's a small victory. Yeah. Somehow we played against the other Expressive Iteration deck. And we're just getting murdered. What do you got for us? Oko? Oh. Oh, Force of Vigor. Kill my Grindstone, kill my Sapphire. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, I'm going to concede from here. This doesn't feel like it's worth playing out. My opponent has grinded the shit out of us. So, what am I going to do differently? Nothing. We're kind of set up already for this matchup. This is... like, we have bolts if there was like a really bad oof matchup. And this is Graveyard, and this is Shops. So, let's go next. I think just being... like, we didn't have like the most powerful hand, and we had to do 2 forces for negative card advantage. And our opponent just like had much more powerful cards than we did. So, I mean, I played Song of Creation. It's kind of rough that it's like really hard to cast, and it gets countered by Pyroblast and dies to Force of Vigor. So, no, don't really think Creation has any play in Vintage. All right, what do we have here? I don't really want a Citadel, but it is castable off of this saga. The question will be... how do we sequence this in a way where we are not... I have a needle already in my deck. I don't think I need a second needle unless my opponent is playing Bazaar of Baghdad. Like, I want my Saga to go... The Saga is never fixing. They always have Wasteland Slasher. Like, I've never played a game where my Saga did something. It just gets killed by Wasteland and is useless. I wish it was good. It just never is. Like, I want my Saga to go off as fast as possible to get a Lotus and try to cast Citadel, but... Yeah, what if I just go Saga Go? I don't want to play another artifact because I don't want to get Vigored. Alright, cool. My Saga gets Wastelanded. Awesome. Oh no, they get Time Walk, and then my Saga gets Wastelanded. Perfect. Oh, they have no follow-up land? You kept this hand? I mean, this is a world you live in. I think I'm... This basic land thing is, I think I'm supposed to get a Welder going before getting blue mana for Shredder, because... I don't know. Because I think that I want to use, like, Mana Vault Key, and if I get Vigored, I want to be able to rebuild. Is the reasoning? Ah, the Wasteland hand, but little did you know I'm a Prismatic Vista deck. I'm just on the next level. What can I say? All right, well, does this Mana Vault resolve? I guess it could just, like, not resolve. Does this key resolve? My key got forced. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Okay. I guess I will play a Painter's Servant, but I don't think this is a name blue situation. I'm just gonna make things not green either. Just make things black. I think their hand might have multiple Force of Wills, which is why I don't want to give them additional blue cards. And then I'm just gonna turn this key. Ah, did you top deck this? You must have top decked this. What is it like to be my opponent? Okay, cool. They kept Wasteland, Sapphire, Time Walk, double Wasteland, Sapphire, Time Walk, and then top decked Ancestral. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to turn this into a key. And then probably have to turn it back into a Mana Vault. Could use a blue mana for my whole Breacher, and I drew the other basic mountain in my deck. Good lord. Why do I... Why? There's two basic mountains in my deck. That's not a mana-based problem. That's an extreme variance problem. Okay. What do I do? Well, I don't activate my Welder because I don't want to get Vigored and have no counterplay. No, I've tried combo versions, Dark Ritual. I've tried them. They suck. They're all bad. You just die because you don't have Force of Will in your deck. I don't think Snow Basics are that awkward. I think they're a plus. Like, I can play a bunch of Volcanics and not play, like, not do Snow Basics. Like, that's a thing I can do. I chose not to do that. Now my Welder's gonna die to this stupid Renin 6. At least I have a Painter Servant in play, I guess. Can attack the Renin 6. I mean, if I get blue mana or an Astrolabe or anything, like, we're in really good shape. Perfect. God, beautiful. Fantastic. I don't want to get Vigor in combat and lose my artifact mana. So what I'm going to do is play Academy, play Shredder, play Hull Breacher, loot away my Citadel. If I had a Goblin Welder, oh my, if they hadn't had Ren and 6, I would have a Citadel in play. I'm so unlucky. I would have been able to weld a Citadel back in. Damn. That's wild. All right, another Force of Will from my opponent. I still don't think it's correct to play 2 Citadel. But like, I just like, I don't think it's a good Citadel deck is the problem. Like, I can see you just like doing some Citadel things and losing. Why has my Tolarian Academy not been wastelanded yet? Shattering Spree. Beautiful. I guess that's why my Tolarian Academy hasn't been wastelanded yet. You gonna play another spell for me? No. Yep. This one I will name Blue for my Pyroblasts. That I'm definitely gonna draw. It was better. What is this? Another Ren and 6. Okay. I mean, yeah. Are you gonna play a? What's gonna be a Dak Faden? All right, cool. Okay. Black Lotus win. Prismatic Vista. I'm so close. So I think here we just kill Ren and 6. Oh no, then they can steal my Shredder. So I think we just fetch an island, get a Yorion. I want to try to hopefully like have them not. I guess they can't turn off my painter. So I want to draw. I want to draw 1 mana. Or I mean, I could make them make my painter a 3/3. Do I win the game if like I make them make my grindstone a 3/3? That might be winning line. I probably have to attack Oko with both. I will attack Oko with just the Shredder, attack the painter at Ren and 6 so that I can still maybe kill this Ren and 6 in the future. Maybe that's dumb. I don't want them to steal anything here. That would be bad. Like, if I play a Grindstone right now, they have to Oko turn it into an Elk, and then I have 7 power in play. Like, that's got to be winning, right? But if I just draw a land or a Moxen, then I can maybe win the game immediately if they just don't have anything left. I think I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm probably supposed to attack the Oko so that if they make this into a 3/3, I can kill them with the Shredder. But then I just need to cast 2 spells to kill it with the Shredder. I guess maybe that's not going to happen. I'm like definitely thinking maybe some of the choices I just made were not great. This Dak Fade and steal my painter is fine. So now I'm really glad that I did exactly what I did. So I think, oh, I guess they can have Pyro now. Maybe I shouldn't have named Blue. If I hit a land, I probably win. An Astrolabe. Not a land, but this does let me cast 2 spells to kill this Oko, so it's not bad. Also can still draw a 2 mana thing. Okay. So I still I'm allowed to I'm allowed to grindstone here though. Oh no, because then because I kill Oko and they can't DAC me. Unless they have another DAC. I can just Emerald. I'm just gonna Emerald. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna get rid of this Yorion. Yorion was great there. Cast Ponder. I still can win like with this grindstone. Oh wow. Those are magic cards, aren't they? Okay, so we just take the Shredder, attack and kill the Oko, and then go for a grindstone kill next turn, but also have DAC Fade in. Sure. I mean, this deck looks really powerful now that it's doing its thing. Okay. So, I mean, they are going to get to activate DAC, though. Oh, they got rid of a mental misstep. I got rid of a mental misstep. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we safe? We're safe again. Yeah, sure. You got me. Okay, so, I mean, they probably have Hardcast Force here. But we got to make them have it, right? Do we have to make them have it? Yeah. Have it. They don't have it. Okay. I can still get Vigored, so I have to wait till their upkeep. I can't actually play around Vigor in any way. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I want them to tap out on their turn, though. Well, I guess they would have to have a green card right now. So I guess it's probably better to go now, then. Yeah, I guess I'll just do it now. I guess they could also have a bolt for the Painter Servant. Oh, they have nothing. Okay, cool. Dope. Let's check out your deck. All right. This worked really well. This worked so well. All right, I'm down. I'm down. My deck doesn't seem as bad. So they're bringing in Dismember. Okay, so it's definitely just a copied Yuta list. Bringing in Dismember, bringing in Shattering Spree. How many Shattering Sprees? 3 Shattering Sprees? 3 Shattering Sprees. Oh, there's not that many Vigors in this list. So it's 2 Vigors, 3 Shattering Sprees, 4 Dismembers? No, 3 Dismembers. Okay. I mean, it's still really bad because Ren and 6 can kill Welder, but no Endurance either. I mean, I don't think a normal player can play that list. It's really bad. Not really bad. How do I say this? It's really hard for that deck to be good in the hands of a normal player. I'm not supposed to have Lightning Bolt for Deathray Shaman, right? I don't really think I care about Deathray Shaman. I think what I have is good. Actually, that list should be super cold to Sphinx of the Steel win as well. All right, let's go again. I think our concept here works. I think the idea that we're going for has merit. I think the idea has merit. This hand looks great. I'm super down for this hand. This hand is so sweet. It's going to be Island Shredder. Maybe. No, it might just be Astrolabe and top, and then Shredder Astrolabe. I don't know why you guys are interpreting this deck as super crazy or out there. Like, it's got a lot of the same core concepts that our good vintage decks have. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think it's that bad. This is a little awkward because I don't really want to give my opponent a land for their Deathrite. So maybe what I'm going to do is go Welder and top. No, maybe I'll go Volcanic and Shredder. Well, like it's definitely probably bad, but it's like it's not crazy, is what I'm trying to say. Like the ideas that are in this deck seem like they make sense in the context of what are powerful Magic cards and what are they doing. What do I want to do? I think the play that plays around the most stuff is to jam Shredder and off of a non-basic, which feels weird. But I want to play around like Ren. I want to not give them a Deathrite Shaman. They're just going to have Force. Okay, I mean, they're down to 2 cards. They had Force, Pitching, Negation. What is your follow-up? Do they have like Wasteland Ren? No, just attack, go. Okay, sweet. I think we're like super far ahead then. Oh, imagine if we had Shredder, we could do the Welder Citadel again. Well, that's coming up a lot. All right, I will bring in... Yeah, I am not going to play an Astrolabe this turn. I'm not going to play an Astrolabe this turn. I don't want to give this Deathrite Shaman the ability to play an actual spell. I think that Shredder is just super underexplored in Vintage. I think it's just super strong. All right, so my opponent missed again. I do think I have to crack now, though, so that I can start actually playing Magic here. I'm going to grab Island. I'm not sure if Island is better than... It probably doesn't matter too much. And then I will spin. And then we hit Painter, Needle. So we could Needle Shaman. So we can draw all of these cards. So maybe what we do is we go Labe, Needle. And then... Yeah. Yo, thanks for joining us. It's an odd hour, but it should be good for some other players. So the good news here is if my opponent were to Force of Vigor my Needle, I can bring it back. I think we're just in a commanding spot now. I kind of need a way to get rid of an Astrolabe. Oh, yeah, sure. But besides that, what is my opponent doing, right? Actually, we can just go for the Yorion plan in this game. Mana Crypt, yeah. So that lets us... Well, maybe we don't even need a Mana Crypt, to be fair. I don't know if Mana... Yeah, Mana Crypt probably overexposes us. Though we actually have Hardcast Citadel off of a 3rd Astrolabe, maybe. I'm going to just shuffle these. I actually don't think I want to do Mana Crypt. Maybe I should have Mana Crypt. Oh, Pyroblast looks good here, though. Yo, what if we just Pyroblast their Tropical Island? I'm kind of down. That's got to be too greedy, right? Let's just get Yorion. I already kind of committed. Pyroblast my Astrolabe? Oh my god. The mad lad. The mad lad. I kind of love it, though. I don't... This is so many choices. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I am gonna play a painter on blue. Oh, they're F6'd. Nice. I can't tell you if that's actually a good play, but it was the play that I wanted to make, so that's all that matters. Oof, see, it's fine. Everything is fine. Ooh, Urza Saga and Shredder. Wait. Can I draw Shredder and then cast Pyroblast on my Astrolabe? Okay, so I can draw Shredder, cast Pyro on my Astrolabe, trigger Shredder, pitch Citadel, bring Citadel back into play. Which is like gotta be the single greediest thing I could ever do, right? No, we should just wait until next turn and just go Shredder, plays top, and do it. That way I can Pyroblast like a Vigor. Yeah. Or maybe this turn I'm just supposed to draw Saga. And then I can top Shredder. Oh, that top Shredder doesn't work. I think all of these things win the game, which is why it's kind of tricky. It's not really tricky, but like there's so many things here that win the game. I don't know which is the best one. Maybe I'll just put the Shredder in play right now, and then we'll move on from there. Like they're F6'd. Man, they're F6'd. I'm just doing it for the fun. Wait, I already cast 2 spells this turn, right? No, I just cast top. I mean, they can... No! They won't come back, opponent! Come back! Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think doing this play is really bad. Because if my opponent, like, Vigors my Citadel after I use my Welder for the turn, and they hit their Needle, and they get rid of my Citadel, and then they unlock their Shamans. Like, I think it's actually like a bad play, but my opponent was F6 and I really wanted to do it, so. I can even go slower, right? I can wait till their end step, Pyroblast my Astrolabe, loop an Astrolabe. Like, we had some value incoming. Let's put it that way. All right, now we're moving on to round 2. How many rounds is this? 6 rounds, 52 players. We got Sun Q, who's one of the more powerful Hogaak wizards across the table. See what we can do. I don't really have like the greatest tools for this matchup. Like I'm not playing Tabernacles because it's impossible for me to find Tabernacle. So we kind of have to rely on Combo and Shredder, but this is a really good hand. I have a bird. I forgot to I didn't even say my own punchline. Damn it. I got a bird. I have a serpent. I have a bird serpent. My opponent's probably like, why? Why do you have a bird serpent? Yeah, I had no idea that was negation when I first saw that. I was like, what card is this? I've never seen this card in my life. All right. Yorion sees 0 play in Vintage, and for good reasons, but I think you can mitigate some of the downsides and get some of the upsides. My most fun card to play? I really enjoy the card Riddlesmith. That's one of my favorites. But Shredder is definitely up there. Shredder has been just a beautiful card to have in Magic. It makes you make a lot of decisions. It makes your opponent make more decisions. It's a, a flyer, and it wins the game by itself, and it's not relying on the graveyard, and it's not relying on artifacts. I've actually really enjoyed this card a lot. But I don't know where our opponent is. Probably went to, oh, nope, there we go. 6-card mulligan. I don't want to play that one. Thank God I don't have any auto tappers. So getting the Shredder in play early is super good. Hogaak is a deck that will play 2 spells in 1 turn, which will let us get this quite big, and hopefully it'll be able to block Vengevines in no time. And then if anything goes super awry, we do have a force, and we also could steal a hollow one with a Dak Fade in. So lots of things are going right at the moment. I just read the word. Yeah, it's kind of a 3 a.m. stream that happens, huh? Oh, 3 a.m. magic. All right. Sit up. Pull in the chair. If I win this round, I'll have caffeine. I'll get caffeine if I win this round. Okay, they found a bazaar off of their Once Upon a Time. I wonder if it's their second bazaar. Look at that. Boom, second spell already. Black Lotus. At least Ohosenkyu understands the need for Black Lotus. I'm going to get rid of this top so that my Shredder gets bigger. I think it's pretty important. They might have just kept a Black Lotus, like a double Citrus Supplier Hogaak hand. Yeah. That does seem bad for me. So the question becomes, how many green and black creatures do they have? Do they have a Hogaak? And do they have a hollow one? And all of those factors weigh into the decision of what do I want to force of will, if anything. I have a lot of problems with the way my opponent's hand is currently set up. It's definitely a very powerful 6. Yeah, so like I can't actually counter a Root Walla, so I guess let this resolve. So then it becomes, does my opponent have a Gak still in their hand, or do they have any hollow ones? How many? This is like, these were bad hits though. No Vengevines, no Bloodghasts. My opponent might just have not much. Yo, what's up, no props? I kind of want my opponent to just like play a hollow one and then I steal it. Okay, so they didn't have any hollow ones or any Hogaaks. That's very lucky for us. We are still significantly behind, but that is technically castable. Though I think we want to get this Saga going first. My opponent's last 2 cards could be Vigor Green card, but we do have Will, Pitching Expressive, so I am just going to play Saga and pass back. Our plan this game is going to try to be to stall using our Shredder and our constructs. Yeah, they did have Vigor. So I think... Now this is an interesting question. Is Dak Faden better than Expressive Iteration when my opponent is extremely unlikely to ever play a hollow one? Like, my opponent's almost assuredly going to activate Bazaar in their upkeep. So I think Expressive Iteration should actually just be better here, and I'm going to pitch the Dak Faden. Also, I have to defend the Dak Faden. All right, so I have a Resolved, and maybe I'll eventually get Constructs off of this Saga if they don't hit Wasteland. They're going to dig, look for a Hogaak. They miss, they hit double Bazaar. And we're actually in a solid spot now. I do think this was like pretty low roll from the opponent, like pretty bad RNG on their cards. I will snap block a Root Walla. Will I snap block a Shredder? No. I will take 2 to give them less looks at Hogaak for now. I think I have that luxury. In that case, I don't know if it's better to attack with the Shredder or not. Well, no, they didn't hold over Bazaar. They activated Bazaar in their upkeep, which is what you want to do at 0 cards. I could have put Yorion in hand. You're totally right. I didn't even think about that. Did not even think about putting Yorion in hand. This is kind of an awkward Expressive Iteration. I should have definitely put Yorion in hand. I just forgot. Whoops. We're definitely going to have that happen. I don't think I'm allowed to cast Iteration here, though. I think I just have to make Construct, and then next turn... I think I will block, because next turn I can just go for a Citadel. Hard cast win, maybe? I definitely wish I had a Yorion in hand, but it's probably not going to be a huge deal. So they can actually have a hollow one after this. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I'm supposed to iterate this turn. If I like give myself enough life points, then just casting Citadel off of a Black Lotus is probably going to be good enough. I hope it's going to be good enough. I guess we'll find out together. I seriously don't know what a Citadel turn is going to look like with this deck. Wow, they hit Hollow One, Vengevine, Rootwalla, and I assume this is a Hogaak and bring back Vengevine, or another Hollow One maybe. That's the only reason they would keep... Maybe they kept a Wasteland. They kept a Wasteland, probably. Once again, I don't think I'm going to block these. I think giving them access to a Hogaak is just too bad. So I think they kept a Wasteland in their hand over the Hollow One. Yeah, to stop the Saga. That's fair. That was a good draw, but it also stopped that. Like, they would definitely have had Hollow One, Vengevine, Rootwalla on this turn. And so we actually got away with not having that happen. And we still have good spells for our next turn with Iteration. Red, blue, Iteration. Mana Crypt. Snow-covered, expressive Iteration. Maybe we just cast another Iteration. I don't want to play a Mana Crypt. I think that would be greedy. Maybe I put the Mana Crypt in my hand and look for a Grindstone kill later. Like, pitch the Citadel to the Shredder off of a second Iteration. Like, I don't have to cast Iteration this turn, but I kind of want to, just because it's going to trigger my Shredder. And there are a lot of spells I can still cast off of this, so... Okay, that's going to help us set up a Painter kill. Nice. This went really well, right? I can put the... No, I don't think I need the Mana Crypt. So I can go for a Vault Key kill. I can just put the Pyro in my hand. Put the Exile, the Island, grab a key, play a key. So I'm 2 turns away from a Vault Key kill here. Now I will probably... Well, I guess I still think I can take some more Supplier hits. As long as they don't hit Hogaak. They hit Bloodghast Rootwalla. Alright. I mean, if they hit a Hogaak on this turn, it's so good for them. Yeah, I'm just going to keep taking these. Maybe I'm supposed to be... Like, swinging... Nah. Swinging's not really how we win this game. Okay, so I will just go... Engineer... And put a Time Vault in my yard. And then put a Yorion in my hand. And play a Vista. I guess I can play a Pyro and loot. I guess I should do that. Shouldn't have played this Vista. Oh, that worked out pretty well, right? Yeah, I mean, I just didn't think about it, right? I forgot about it. Now I actually have a Bolus of Citadel coming back as well. I'm super insulated here. I don't think I can lose. Even if they had Vigor, I have double activation, so I guess that doesn't win right away, but like this should be crazy good for me. My opponent drew very badly. I don't think I beat a normal Gak hand with what just happened, but I'm gonna win this game. So yeah, I think Ledger Shredder is very, very good in Vintage because almost everybody is. Even like the opponent's deck is like a creature Bazaar deck, and it's still gonna be casting 2 spells every turn, right? So okay, that went well. That went well. I'm gonna bring in this, and I'm gonna bring in this. So I'm bringing in 10 cards. I don't think I need a Citadel. I don't need negation. I don't think I want I'm gonna have to make some interesting questions here. Like, do we want force? Do we want pyroblast? Like, there's obviously some amount of utility to both of these cards with Painter Servant. But I think the answer is probably no. Like, we did get to force a Vigor, and forcing Vigor is very good, but is it worth it? I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that question. This is how I currently would like to board, but I'm not 100% sure that boarding all of the forces out makes sense. No, Hull Breacher is quite good in this matchup. My opponent is playing Bazaar of Baghdad. It's one of the reasons I was more okay with having Hull Breacher in the deck than I normally am, is because I think if the field is going to be a super large percent Hogaak, it's actually pretty, your Hull Breacher gets a lot better. I'm going to board like this. I'm not convinced this is the best way to board, but I'm also like pretty sure Force of Will is not the way to go. So let's try to do like Welder, Tormod's Crypt loops, killing Collector Roofs with Lightning Bolts. See what happens. I have a Bird Serpent that I should use. Ugh. Gross hand. Absolutely gross hand. This is just keep and lose to Vigor hand. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this. Like, I do have the turn 1 Time Vault for the turn 3 win, but my opponent will have 3 Bizarre activations to find Vigor or Collector Roof. Can't do it. It's not good enough. I guess this hand, I guess you lose to Wasteland too. Let's say, like, if I had Force in this hand, would I keep it? I probably would keep it if I had Force in it. So maybe that's a consideration that I should have Force in my deck. This hand's much better. Okay, sweet. I've got Goblin Welder Tormod's Crypt loops with a follow-up Ancestral. Like, this is the nuts. Let's do it. I mean, it's not the nuts if my opponent plays turn 1, 12 power, right? But I am not really set up with any way to beat turn 1, 12 power. Like, I don't have Tabernacle in my deck, and I don't have Tabernacle on my deck on purpose. And like, the reason is because it's going to be too hard for me to locate a Tabernacle in a timely manner. And I have 80 cards, so it's like less likely to be in my opening hand. I just don't think it makes sense to play Tabernacle in this deck, even though I would play 2 Tabernacles if it was a 60 card deck. Now, my opponent is a mulligan to 4, though. The good news is a Shredder can block. I currently can't loop my Welder with a Crypt very much because I need to have other artifacts, but hopefully my Ancestral will get me there. All right, my opponent kept a 4-card hand with a Once Upon a Time. Another reason maybe to have Force of Will in my deck is to be able to counter once upon a time. They found a hollow one. Do they have a Bazaar in their opening hand? They do have a Bazaar. All right, that's pretty good. No, the problem is this deck can put all of its power in play immediately, and the Tormod Crypt won't do anything, which is going to happen. My opponent is going to play a hollow one, but they are pretty far off of oof. So they just went for double hollow one, which means my welder. Oh, they have an emerald though. I can weld out one of these hollow ones. That's pretty good. Golos. We're playing vintage. There are no commanders. Also, Golos isn't a commander. Well, Hollow One is not really a great answer to... Welder is not really a great answer to Hollow One, but they did hit Emerald, so... They brought in Pyroblast. Interesting. So I'm going to take a big beating here. But then next turn it won't be as bad. And then then I can play a Shredder, and then I try to get this up to blocking range as fast as possible. This was a rough, like, I mean, this is the power of London Mulligan and Hollow One. You can mold a 4, but you still put in 8 free power on your turn because you just get to sculpt your hand, keep your Bazaar in your best card, and play a bunch of free 4/4s. I am like starting to grow pretty weary of the card Hollow One being unrestricted. No, I don't want to give them an opportunity to use Emerald. So I don't think swapping when they're tapped out of Bazaar makes any sense. Why would I want to do that? Well, they have a Vengevine, but Vengevine triggers. Bloodghast triggers. They don't have green cards to play a Hogaak. So there's no real reason for me to crypt, right? And I need to keep the Emerald in yard to cycle out this Hollow One. I think we're in just a pretty good spot. We are going to take 4 this turn and go to 7. But we will start pushing towards a 3/5 Shredder. So unfortunately, I will be giving them an Emerald here, which means they can play something like a Deathray Shaman, and maybe that ends up being bad for me. But I can't really do too much. The good news here is I can fog this Hollow One with this Hollow One as long as I don't use Tormod's Crypt. So until they bring back a Vengevine, I can fog this Hollow One, which is kind of nice. I guess I have to make they're going to play nothing and hold everything up. Okay. So my question now is, I think we just start by Ancestraling, because Ancestral is going to give me the most cards to choose off of looting. Oh, now I have Needle for Bazaar, and I can steal this one. Okay, yes. I feel like we're in great shape now. Man, these Dak Fadens have been really good. I should probably apologize to Dak, because these Daks have been quite strong. I'm gonna play Dak because I'm a little wary that Needle might get like Vigored or something. Just gonna loot away this key. Am I still going to loot away this key? Oh wait, now I can put a Sphinx in play. Man, my deck is broken. It's got to be better to put a Sphinx in play then. I'll just do Sphinx Needle on Bazaar. Holy crap, why is this deck so good? Or can I, if I hadn't pitched that key, could I have taken infinite turns? No, I couldn't have taken infinite turns. Yeah, I could have, because I would have been... Switch swaps. No, I would be 1 mana short of infinite turns. I think I just put a Sphinx in play, and it should be pretty hard for me to lose. I want to do that before I play my Needle so that I can swap the Needle out for a Sphinx if they Vigor. Okay, so I think I have a plan. I think Steel Hollow one is a worse line, actually. I think Steel Hollow one is a worse line. I don't know if you see the line that I'm going for, but I'm going to tutor a Sphinx of the Steel Wind with my Goblin Engineer, and I can weld it into play, and my opponent can't beat the card. Oh. I think getting a Sphinx is more fun than stack stealing a Hollow one. I think this deck has some really powerful things happening right now. I'm really impressed. Maybe we do want more engineers. Maybe we do want more engineers. And we cast Ancestral Recall, but even without Ancestral Recall, we had Expressive Iteration and we were in a pretty good spot. Okay, we're moving on to round 3. Looks like we have another Hogaak player across the table. Let's see how we can do. What do we got? We've got another Vault Saga hand. We've got a Welder into a Saga Vault. And we also have Painter Pyro for a Bazaar or a Gak to buy time. This seems like a hand I'm going to keep and regret. Like, this is a hand that kind of needs an extra, like, Moxen to be super good, but I think it's one that I'm willing to... Yeah, so it is Hogaak. This hand just might be too slow on the draw versus Hogaak. If they, like, go too deep on cards, it's possible, like, if we draw Moxen, we might just go Saga Vault, try to win like that. All right, my opponent pitched an Emerald. That's so good for us. If my opponent plays a Hollow one, then we have the Welder again. Let's go. Okay, that's so good for us. All right, now I feel like we have a fighting chance. I really wish we had less wastelandable lands, but... So I have Welder, which I can weld out their Hollow one for an Emerald. They only have 3 cards left in hand. I really don't want us to get Wastelanded. Wastelanded would be the worst thing that could happen. They're going to go back down to 3 cards here. I think this turn what we'll do is we'll go Saga Painter Blue. Okay, so they did find double Wasteland. Bring back Bloodghast. Kill my Volcanic. Okay, I mean, 2 Wastelands. They got rid of... At least they got rid of 1 Wasteland. Alright, so I take a big chunk, and then we should slow down the fight. What do we got here? Oh, a Ruby is a perfect draw. Ruby is a great draw because it's going to let us play this Painter Servant, which is actually a pretty good blocker on this board. Definitely going to put blue. Alright, I actually think we might be able to stabilize in this game. Last 2 card Vigor? No. Okay. Alright, so now they have a Badlands. So they can actually pump these Root Wallets. Oh, nice. They're going to play something? Oh, please play something. Oh, I really want them to play something so that if I swap out an Emerald, they can't pump their Root Wallas. Oh, they hit a Hogaak. That's actually not bad for me because I can Pyroblast Hogaak and buy a ton of time. I actually think we're looking good here. Wow, wait, what? We actually, this might be enough to stabilize. Oh, Vengevine is, oh. They hit a Vengevine off this supplier, so actually when they cast this Hogaak, they're going to be able to bring back Vengevine. That's going to definitely make things harder, though. It's going to be a really close game. Okay, so I can weld this Hollow one for an Emerald. And I take no damage. My Saga goes up. Moxen is a good draw. Astrolabe, not a great draw. So how much mana does this make? This makes 2 mana. So I don't think I'm gonna play a Time Vault. I'm gonna make a Saga token and Pyroblast the Hogaak when it attacks. Wait, the Vengevine didn't come back? Oh, they didn't play. They brought back Bloodghast and played a Supplier. They didn't bring back. Wait, what? Or was this the third spell they played? Ah, it was the third spell they played because they played a Rootwalla and a Supplier. That's what happened. Okay, cool. Okay. I mean, I can also just blow up the Bazaar, but I think that just buying time with these Pyroblasts is going to be the play. I think this is just a winning game. We did get Wastelanded, but we didn't get Vigored, and oh, we got second Wastelanded. Oh, they hit the Academy though. That's good for me. They did just top deck Wasteland, which is not good for me, but now I have a chance because I can still get a key. Definitely, they were definitely supposed to Bazaar in their upkeep. Oh god, they hit triple Vengevine. All right, so let's see what attacks come through here. They can actually attack with all their Rootwallas because they have the ability to pump anything they want. I think what I'll do is I will just Pyro this Hogaak, which will buy me a lot of time. And then I don't think I'm going to block any of this because I'll take 4 plus 2 is 7. I don't think losing my construct makes sense when I'm going to get it bigger next turn. Oh, wait, I could... Yeah, no. All right, this is fine. Okay, so I don't have a win anymore because they killed my Tolarian Academy, but I have a win later because they didn't kill my Saga. If I hit a Moxen or a land, we win right away. Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Okay. What if I get... No, I'll just get a key and play a Time Vault, and we'll just live for one more turn. They have triple Vengevine. They could kill us, right? No, we could just block all the Vengevines. Oh, we can't block all the Vengevines if we need to keep a Painter. What if I just get a key and then Pyroblast the Bazaar? And then they could still get double Vengevines back because they have a Gak. I think I just get a key and play a Time Vault and hope I don't die. Well, what about a Grindstone? A Grindstone is a way better plan, right? No, because I don't have the mana for a Grindstone. Okay, yeah, I'm going to get a key. I'm going to get a Manifold Key. And I'm going to get a Time Vault. And I have to just live for one turn. Oh, they just... What? Okay, I accept. So if my opponent activates Bazaar and hits double Rootwalla, brings back triple Vengevine, attacks all, I block 2 Vengevines, and I take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 2 is 11. So my opponent should play this out. Because I don't have a land. They don't know I don't have a land. But I don't have a land, and they have a high roll here that gets them 3 Vengevines in play. We can block all 3, but then we lose. Oh, we don't need to lose. We can lose Painter Servant. You're right. Because we're playing Key. So we can lose Painter Servant. Why didn't I think we can't lose Painter Servant? You're right. So I can just block all 3 and then we're good. Okay, never mind. You're right. We're just deterministic there. I don't know why I thought I guess I was thinking about Grindstone combo a little bit. All right, so what did we do last time? We boarded in these 10 cards. And we chose to take out... they did miss some damage that game as well. Yeah, there were definitely some optimizations my opponent could have made, and they might have won if they had done it. We did what? This? I don't think the way this plan seems fine. But I was thinking we probably wanted to keep forces in, right? That was something I was thinking about last game. I just don't know how. How can we fit forces into this? Pyroblast was actually really good there. I just don't know how. I'm just gonna try it again like this. I don't know how we can try to change. Like we have to keep all of the. Maybe we like trim an astrolabe, trim some. Like we could do a bunch of trimming maybe. Because I couldn't make the deck work with 60 cards, so we're at 80. This is an interesting hand. They kept a 7-card hand. Can this card beat this hand? Beat a 7-card Hogaak hand? Maybe. No, I kind of like Misstep in this matchup. I don't know. I just think having a turn 1 Shredder is really strong in this matchup. Like, I don't, like, none of my graveyard stuff is good on the draw anyways. Like, I'm just going to get double Vengevine. Shredder is something that can actually block these things eventually. Unfortunately, I don't think I can beat double Vengevine. Maybe I can get a Vault Key kill. Ah, yeah. 7-card hand that is Hollow 1 double Vengevine. You don't beat this hand in Vintage unless you're playing combo or you have a Tabernacle. And I can't really play a Tabernacle in this deck. So you have to maybe draw Tinker. We actually are just, like, going to die on board. It's crazy. So I'm going to play a Shredder and Chump and then hope we draw a Volkey. It's just a little bit too easy to do the Vengevine thing now, is kind of my feelings. So, like, we can still win this game with Tinker is kind of the way, and they have to not have Vigor. But this is just kind of what happens sometimes. Like, if I'm on the play, I can have Tormod's Grip. Oh my god. Oh, okay, so they don't have Vigor. All right, so we have winning chances here. We have winning chances. Like, you look at this board and you go, you have winning chances? We have winning chances. Tinker wins. Key wins. Oh, wait, is that actually an out? Or am I short mana? No, I'm short 1 mana, aren't I? I'm actually short, aren't I? So wait, so we have to ponder into Tolarian or... I have 2 life, so... Yeah, Sphinx is not good on this board. I need 6 mana to combo from here, and I have 5 mana. That's how I'm short on mana. What what doesn't make sense? I think I have to ponder for Lotus. Mana Crypt is like a little sus because I have 2 things I need to sack. How does he get away with it? Oh, I almost hit shuffle. I almost hit shuffle. It's free. It's absolutely free. Yeah. What? Did I just top deck Tinker Ponder into Black Lotus as my like 1/2 out? Nice Vengevines. That's fucked up, man. Incredible. Okay, here we go. We're on to round 4 of 6 here. I'm 3-0, playing in the 3-0 bracket. I'm about to reveal a Bird Serpent, which should really throw my opponent for a loop. I actually think this is a keep as long as my opponent's not on like an aggro, not on like a. If my opponent is not on a super aggressive deck, like this kind of vibes, right? I search up a not Pyroblast. I search up a mountain. I put Yorion into my hand. That gives me Force of Will backup. And then next turn I can just cast Yorion with Pyroblast backup. Maybe that's like not a viable play in Vintage. But my opponent did say their first 5-0 just came this week, and it was from a deck that I had made. And I don't make decks that don't lose to 1 Force of Will, so... or I don't make decks that beat 1 Force of Will. Holding up Hardcast Force sounds worse because I won't be able to play Yorion next turn. So I don't really like that very much. Like, I still have Force. Yorion's a blue card. And I also get to hold up Pyroblast, so... Though I guess holding up in Pyroblast off of Black Lotus is not great, because then I can't cast Yorion. Urza Saga. I've never made a deck with Urza Saga in it. What is this lie? What is happening? What is going on? Repeal? That's some good value. Okay, yeah, you got it. I like what my opponent's up to. Besides this. Oh, they were just playing Pio. Okay, shit. What am I gonna do, chat? Like, I have to pyro this, right? They get way too much gas. But then I just have nothing. I'm gonna lose this game. My opponent's hand's so much stronger than mine. Holy moly. Don't they have a top to play? Jeez. I wish I could draw PO hands that had 3 Mox and Mana Crypt Opal. This is like the perfect PO hand. I mean, they don't have a PO, but... I guess I should have fetched Volcanic Island. Oh my god, I'm paying miserably for not fetching Volcanic Island. The Saga is going to kill me because I'm playing a deck that doesn't like interact with Saga at all. Saga is only good if your opponent has no plans for it. I currently have no plans for it, so it's going to kill me. We are not going to win this game. Like, we're just super, super dead. If I fetched Volcanic Island, I think we probably win this game. Well, the problem is these are going to be two 10-10s very fast. Yeah, I don't have any draw spells, so we are just going to lose to this Saga. Are we really losing to Saga, or are we losing to 7 Mox and double Divining Top, right? I'm not exactly convinced that we are losing to Saga here, and we're not just losing to restricted card draw. I don't agree. I think you're wrong. Like, Saga's only good because of these cards here. Like, we wouldn't lose to Saga if they didn't have 5 Moxen. And if my opponent didn't have Moxen, their Saga would be 2/2s, and so we would win. Like, I don't like. Are you what are you saying? You're saying nonsense, Slasher. Like, my Sagas have all not made 9/9s, and they've been bad. You know? What the fuck is happening? I mean, I guess, sure. Like, countering this doesn't actually do anything. Oh, I guess I have to counter top now. All right, yeah, I should have countered this. Whatever. We can't. I made a mistake. I have to counter 2 tops now. Okay, actually, I lost the game by not countering that. Okay, whatever. Oh, I should have countered the Paradoxical Engine. Doesn't matter. We would have to draw like Tinker into Citadel and win. So, anyways, I'm not gonna board in any cards. We're already pre-boarded with Pyroblast and Hull Breachers and counter spells. I'll probably board out a Sphinx because it's pretty useless, and maybe I'll just board in a Hercules Recall. That seems reasonable. I don't actually think Hercules Recall is good against PO, so no. I already have a needle for Saga. Like, there's kind of no point of playing 2 needles. Yeah. But you want to get needle off of your Saga. Like, you make your 2 constructs and then you stop them from making constructs. So you don't really need a second needle in this matchup. Like, we don't have any other cards that I consider bad. Like, Sphinx is the only card I would consider bad in this matchup, right? All these other cards are quite good. So this is probably, yeah, this hand's just fucking gasoline. This is probably that deck that people have been saying that has come up in the Discord. They were talking about like Mystic Forge. If they're playing Paradox Engine, they're probably playing Mystic Forge too, right? They might even be playing less forces because the blue count might not be there. I'm gonna Ancestral, see if I get a Beta Force, and then cast Tinker. Okay, I'm just gonna Tinker for I'm just gonna Tinker, right? Like, I guess I could theoretically Vista and get a top and can't spin. I'm just gonna Tinker. What am I doing here? Tinker this. Yeah, my opponent doesn't. I think my opponent might be playing like less. This game's over. Time Walk. Iteration. I'll put this in my hand and a key into exile. Play this land off the top. Play this Ponder off the top. Play this Hull Breacher off the top. Okay, cool. Tinker broken. Got it. Sweet. Dope. Why not play 2 Tinker? Why not play 4 Tinker? Okay. So I want to prioritize hands that have Force of Will. Oh my god. Okay, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping this. I have 2 forces for my opponent's crazy all-in combo deck, and if I ever hit a blue source, I can cast Ancestral and refill. So this hand is going to lose to Saga. Let's lay that on the line right now. But it is what it is. We just have to hope they don't have a Saga base draw. Like, I don't think I'm mulliganing this, so. Looks like they might have Ancestral. Maybe not. I'll take an Astrolabe or a Fetch Land. Or a Saga. Yeah, sure. Saga works. That's fixing. In this instance, actually is fixing, because my opponent has no answers for Saga either. Yeah, that's fine. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, so it's a more... it's a more artifact-oriented PO list, maybe? Or Paradox Engine list or something. Interesting. I'm super interested to see this list. I hope it gets published. It should get published. They're 3-0. So even if they go 0-3 from here, this list should get published. I'm interested to see what this is. It's definitely the kind of deck that I like to play. I'm pretty excited, actually, because I've been hearing some things about this list in leagues. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight over anything that's not a payoff. I don't think I care, because I'm not really planning to make constructs here. So if they want to name Saga, I actually think that's really good for me, because my hand is all counters. Please name Saga. I mean, yes. Okay, awesome. I think we're like extremely likely to win now that my opponent's turned off their best win condition against us. I did hit my blue card though, so now I definitely, yeah, I mean, they don't know where I'm paint. Well, I mean, anyone can know, like they know of the channel, so maybe they've seen Twitter. They could know where I'm Painter. I don't think it makes sense to jam Ancestral right now. They could easily have like Fluster, and I would also overdraw, so. There's their own Saga. This is so good for me. My opponent needling Saga was definitely the best thing that could have happened in this game. All right, this is actually an interesting question. There's like some upside here to negating this top. I guess they're just going to get another top off this Saga. So maybe it makes no sense. But it certainly slows down their development. I kind of like it. I think this is a threat. They're going to hardcast Force in response, and I get to Ancestral too. So it's a big win for me. Oh, they're going to PO in response. Okay. God, their last card is Flusterstorm. All right, I'm going to Ancestral and see if they fluster everything, and then I can still force PO at the end. Okay. I wish I had a Hull Breacher for this. Please don't fluster me. Oh, Ancestral at the end. My whole Breacher is just dying. They draw Force off of their Ancestral. They would have to draw Force blue card. No. All right. So at least I've gotten rid of a lot of the threats. I do feel like I'm not I'm not in as good of a position as I was in before though. And that's because I went aggressive. I didn't have to counter top. I didn't hate countering top, but I didn't have to counter top. Grindstone. I kind of think I just want to resolve a Hull Breacher right now. Maybe they drew Flusterstorm off their Ancestral. That'd be a reason to do this Opal, right? That's like the only reason to play an Opal here. Is because they found a Flusterstorm off of their Ancestral. I think I'm going to get a Soul Ring. I could also get a Sapphire. No, I would suspect that they have Mystical or Fluster. They're going to be mono blue. So I could theoretically let them tutor for... So if it's Mystical, I kind of want to not play Hull Breacher and let them tutor for a draw spell. In which case, maybe the play is like... Get Soul Ring... Play top. Or get Soul Ring, play Welder. I have a lot of choices. I think I like get Soul Ring. I guess I can play top and Welder, right? Or I can play top and Grindstone. I'm gonna get a Welder in play. I'm gonna hold open this Hull Breacher in case it's Mystical. And maybe that's like super greedy. It wasn't Mystical. All right, well now they have Hardcast Force, so now I don't want to play Breacher again. Maybe, I don't know. It could just be too greedy. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the Breacher on my turn. What would Renee do? Oh, am I just getting Vault Keyed here? That'd be so sad after all of that. Well, I can't really spin my top because if they have PO, it's really bad for me. I guess I have Welder to protect me from Vault Key later. I guess this is just going to get a Sensei's top, and it's going to be kind of bad for me, right? Well, it's not super bad for me because I have a Hull Breacher. I think I just wait again. I'll play this. My own Time Vault. Astrolabe Force. Okay, so I think I want to put the Force in my hand. So what I'll do is I'll Astrolabe into Force, and then I can choose whether or not to keep this vault later. I should have just jammed this Hull Breacher when I had a better opportunity to. Well, at least now I can actually spin and crack, though. I can also blind draw for a blue card if I cast Hull Breacher now. So I kind of probably want them to go for like the top line and then do the double draw and then play a Hull Breacher, and if it resolves, it's probably winning. Man, my opponent playing Needle on Saga was the best play that was made for me the whole game. What the? Oh my god, chat. I can't wait until this gets activated, right? Like that's got to be the most greedy, right? They're like, what if they just never act? If I just resolve my Hull Breacher now, then they can't ever use their memory jar. I have to? I have to? Come on, why are you doing this to me, chat? What if they just don't activate it? I'm gonna fetch... No, I don't want to tap first, top first. I know the next card is not a blue card. I'm gonna draw after I fetch. This will also make them think I don't have force because I'm drawing to find... Ugh. All right. Let's battle. Please do it. Use Welder to force them to crack it. All right, Hull Breacher. Oh, they had force. All right. Fresh sevens for a turn. I drew a blue card underneath. I mean, neither of the ways that I played it would have made a difference against them having force, right? So, well, the difference is if I had played the Hull Breacher that first turn and they didn't have force, then I would have had a Hull Breacher and played, and this couldn't happen to me. The good news is, should I weld that in response? No, just drawing a card is fine. I want to just hold this in case they have a time vault. No, I don't think welding that in response is good. I will get to discard this, and I can like weld some Astrolabe things. Oh god, they're gonna get to PO mana? Okay, so they're trying to get to PO. Oh, they have PO mana. Or we just lose. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Yeah, no, we just lose. We just lose. My opponent has PO with 7 cards in play. That's really sad. Like, what could I have done? I couldn't have done this anything differently. I mean, the only thing I could have done differently is cast my Hull Breacher the turn I had it and hope they didn't have force then. Which they probably didn't. I don't know. It's hard to say. I should have just cast it when I had an opportunity to cast my Hull Breacher. I think that was the biggest mistake in this game. Yeah, I mean, I just lose this game. It's over. No, I can't. I could have resolved my Hull Breacher when I had the opportunity instead of trying to wait until they used their top. I got greedy. Every time I play Hull Breacher, I try to do it the way Renee does to me, and I just get greedy and lose. Every time. I mean, it's possible they didn't have force at that point. It's possible they had force at that point, but... Oh, now they just named my welder, and I can't even play any counter magic. All right, this is just, it's just over. That's so frustrating. I probably should have won this game if I had just played my Hull Breacher. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I threw this game by trying to be greedy for no reason. No, forcing top is fine. I had the game won. It's not playing Hull Breacher that was the throw. I think forcing top is completely reasonable there. Trouts and I never agree. Excuse me. Like I won the game by forcing negation, like forcing the top. Like I played a line and we won the game. And then I threw away the game by just not casting Hull Breacher. My opponent's deck can't beat a Hull Breacher. There's no reason for me ever to not play Hull Breacher. Like their deck is constructed in a way where they're just not beating Hull Breacher. No, my opponent can't brick from here. They have 15 cards in their library and 18 cards in their hand. No, they probably did not have force. Because they didn't force my force on PO. Yeah, my opponent is like a mono blue all-in PO deck. It's like the Tom DeDecker list. No, they were tapped out. I just threw the game. I had the game won. I could have cast Hull Breacher, and I didn't. I had the. It was over. I hate myself. It's just like this is the deck that can't beat Hull Breacher, and I had the Hull Breacher and I just didn't play it. Every time I don't cast Hull Breacher, I always regret it. Because I always see people like hold their Hull Breachers against me and get maximum value. Like, I convinced myself that they might have Mystical Tutor. And, like... Yeah, they drew... It was Flusterstorm. They were representing Flusterstorm. They pitched Flusterstorm to force. Oh, they had blue card force. Never mind. They had blue card. They had Flusterstorm force. Oh no, that they're lying. No, like I don't think negating top is bad. Their first 5-0 was with the Riddler. I love it. Anyways. Yeah, they said no, they did draw Fluster Force off of Ancestral. Damn. Okay. Well, all right. So I actually had no chance to win after that turn. So yeah, I guess maybe negating the top is bad. If their hand is Ancestral, PO, or yeah. I can't believe they wouldn't. Well, no, they didn't have Force. They got it after they Ancestraled. Wait, didn't they? How did they resolve? When did? No. I have to go back and look. When did they draw the 3 cards? After everything got forced, or in the middle? I gotta go back and look. Anyways, I think that this game is this game is rough. We'll go back and look, but GG's to my opponent. Really cool all-in PO deck. Good luck to them in the top 8. All right, we're back for the 5th round now. We did some discussion in chat over the correct choices and lines from the last game. There's definitely some options there. But it was pretty good to go over that. Definitely interested to hear what you would do in the comments. Like, I still think that it's pretty reasonable to go for a counter on top. I definitely would like to play Hold Breacher on the next turn, even if they drew blue card Force, which they did. That's not really doesn't really change what my play should have been probably. But we're back. We're focused. We're gonna have a good mental, and we're playing against Slasher here. Let's see what we got. We got a Bird Serpent. And we got a sweet hand, that's for sure. I'm definitely keeping this. I don't know what Slasher's playing today. Slasher wouldn't tell me. Where's the karma in that? I like Saga, Soul Ring, Lotus, Shredder, Time Walk. Maybe not Soul Ring. Maybe I like Lotus, Shredder, Time Walk off of Saga, and then on the next turn I can go land Soul Ring. I don't know. I think I'm definitely starting with Lotus Shredder. I just don't know if I'm supposed to play this Soul Ring. I think I'm gonna hold it in case I draw a Moxen and get double trigger. Obviously, I lose my ability to play a blue spell, though. I'm okay at this game sometimes. I'm just gonna get rid of this negation. I might hold. No, I'm probably gonna end up brainstorming on their turn, because I'm gonna be able to shuffle away, or maybe on my upkeep, because I'm gonna be able to shuffle away with Saga. Yeah, maybe I'll actually brainstorm in response to the Saga. Oh, then I don't have to play this fetch land. It's possible I'm supposed to hold this fetch land, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so Lotus Slasher. Slasher's playing Wasteland. That's annoying. That's kind of broken. All right, well, now I'm definitely going to hold it till my turn so I can brainstorm, get 2 spells. Wow, they have a Black Lotus as well. What is Slasher playing today? Oh, Shops. Thanks for triggering my Shredder. Pitch this Ruby. This draw looks pretty good against Aggro Shops. So these 3-1 playing Aggro Shops after telling the world Aggro Shops is unplayable. Don't fall for the slasher scam. It's a pretty good opener, though. Oh, I don't know if I'm winning anymore. Pretty impressive opener. I do have a bird, though. All right. Brainstorm. Wow, these draws are bad. Okay. I mean, this is going to pump both of my creatures, so it's not the worst. I got to fetch in response to this. I'm going to get a mountain. I drew a fetch. All right. Well, I'm going to discard this. I'm going to hold this other fetch. I think I'm going to attack with both, and they double block, and it kills them both. So 2 on this, 2 on this. This dies. This dies. Yeah. Okay. I'm out of action, so I could definitely lose this game to like another Nettle Cyst and equip or something. Oh, add Yorion. God, I would win the game if I added Yorion. No, I forgot. I should have added Yorion. What was I doing? I just keep forgetting. If it goes away, I forget about it. Okay. Damn it. If I had Yorion here, I would be able to play Yorion and Grindstone and possibly have lethal on the table. I messed up so badly. It's so bad. Because if I had played Yorion and Grindstone, then this gets to be a 5/5, and this could be a 5/5 based on whatever's on the top of my library. Yeah, no, I clicked it out. It went back in. I clicked it out. It goes back in. So if I attack with everything, I can't. I have to attack with Shredder at least. I actually could have won this game, but I'm gonna lose it because I'm so bad. I feel like we should be 5-0 in this stupid tournament, but I'm too bad. I guess that's a 6 a.m. thing. All right. What can I do to remedy this game? If I play Grindstone and attack, they go to 1 and I lose. If I play Grindstone and don't attack... What if I play Grindstone and attack with just Construct? And then I block and they shoot and kill Shredder and it's bad. What if I attack with just Shredder? Well, I can't win if I attack with just Shredder. What if I play Grindstone and attack with Construct? Put them to 5. That way they have to kill Shredder. And they have to also block Construct. So it's kind of a hard attack for them. Unless they just have another Walking Ballista. Then it's just fucking super easy and we're dead. Cool. Awesome. I guess we weren't beating second Ballista, even if I had played Yorion this turn. Well, I could have if my top card is a non-land, oh, then they would have just blocked. Well, then we're winning. Yeah. So I threw the game. Just completely threw the game again. If I don't block here, then I take 3. And then I take 7 to 10 and I lose. I block here. I take 6 and I lose. Cool. Awesome. Through the game. I'm playing very poorly this morning. Yeah, it was a 1 game. Yep. Put Yorion in my hand. Cast Yorion, cast Shredder. Trigger, make it a 5/5. Attack for 10. Has to chump. Dies on the following swing. Oh, wait, no. I lose that swing still, right? Chump blocks, shoots me for 3. Attacks me for 7 to 10. No, I still die, actually. That's still losing. Oh, whatever. Forgot second needle. Oh, and then I have Yorion to block. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, Slasher's not too strong. I'm just garbage at this game. This is going to go really badly if my opponent spheres me. I don't think I'm allowed to mulligan this hand, though. Oh, fuck off, Slasher. Strip mine. Unbelievable. I don't... Just a nightmare, man. It's just lost. It's just lost. Like, there's definitely some risk in keeping a 1-lander, but I had a basic and I have an Astrolabe. Like, I don't know. It seemed fine. I hate this so much. All right, I still draw a land. I can still play this game. I just need to draw a land. Thank God. All right, so I play this. I play this. I play this. And then I play an engineer and a grindstone. And then I can just win anyways, maybe. Or will I not have enough mana? Bolt the lodestone. Play a grindstone. Play a goblin engineer. I'll have 2 mana after. So I can use 1 mana. So I won't have enough mana. No, I have an Astrolabe. I don't think Harkelsing is any good. The problem is I can't Herkles again after, but I can bolt it. Maybe I just Herkles to buy time. But then my engineer is going to cost 3 again. Maybe I just bolt the lodestone and pass. No, I still need 2 mana to bolt the lodestone though. Take 9. I think I have to bolt the lodestone and play a grindstone. Yeah, because playing grindstone and doing nothing else doesn't advance me towards a winning board state. I guess I could theoretically play a grindstone, take 9, and go for end of turn Hercules. Maybe that is the best line, because I will have 3 mana. That might buy me enough time. As long as they don't play like a Revoker or something, right? Incredible. They're gonna have to use the Wasteland to replay it though. They put it on Grindstone? Okay. Oh no, because they can just play a Mana Vault and replay it. Yeah, if I were them, I would go Mana Vault, Revoker, Revoke Astrolabe. Wait, not so. Yeah, Revoke Astrolabe, Wasteland, Volcanic Island. I think it's pretty straightforward. Oh, they have an Ancient Tomb as well. Awesome. Fucking, it's lost. It's just so lost. Man. Shops is really good. Though this game is really easy if they don't have Strip Mine. Oh well. Maybe they're gonna go Patchwork, Mana Vault. Yeah, Patchwork, Mana Vault, Revoker, Revoke Astrolabe, Wasteland, Volcanic. No, I've just been completely. I mean, I lost game 1 because I mulliganed, but like I've been completely destroyed in this game. What am I gonna do? My opponent has like a great selection of cards here. Okay, so if I have to draw another land to bolt. No, they named Soul Ring. Oh, I guess that works too. Yeah, Soul Ring works as well. Yeah, I'm aware. I just said that, chat. You're tilting me. Oh, that one's pretty good. Okay, so I play an engineer on grinds. So this is why I think they were supposed to name Astrolabe. But I guess maybe they were concerned about getting Grindstone killed. The problem is I don't have enough red mana for this. Oh, also there's a Chalice. Yeah, never mind. It's completely lost. Cool. Like, what? It doesn't matter. I just lost. So tilting. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you, chat. Thank you. I know it's delayed. It's delayed. What could I have done differently in this game besides mulligan, though? No, Slasher actually thinks Shops is bad, but it's not. It's like one of the better decks in the format. It had it has bad weekends, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, I guess I can theoretically draw Tolarian Academy. So we'll play another turn. He wants to win. He's 3-1. Lock up a top 8. I think not hitting Astrolabe is not good. I'm pretty sure Astrolabe is definitely the card you're supposed to hit off of this Revoker. I think he's worried about Painter Servant. I don't know. Like this is just like one of the best shop straws you can have that has no spheres though. Whatever. I played badly. I threw game 1, so I can't really complain about bad draws. Like I have to play my best. If I'm not playing my best, then what are we doing here? Okay, chat. Here we are, round 6 of 6. Very, very much dead for top 8 now. But we went over some of our things with Slasher. I should have just not kept the second hand. It was a little bit of a bait. It wasn't going to beat a sphere, so it wasn't a very good keep. And then definitely would have won game 1 by putting Yorion in my hand. So that's just a bit of an error. And like, obviously, it's those small errors that can cost you. Definitely apologize for being a little cross at the moment. Obviously a little tilted from the misplays that I've been making. These kind of misplays happen a lot when we do the 3 a.m. challenge, and not always the best content when that happens, so my bad. I will try to do better, but I also will try to go to bed. Let's be on the play here for our 6th and final round. I have a Yorion. The Yorion goes away, and we bring the Yorion back out. Not revealed cards, that's the wrong one. I want the companion thing. There we go. This hand is a classic Saga Astrolabe hand, which I guess I can't keep, but I wish Saga wasn't wastelandable. If Saga was not wastelandable, I probably would keep this hand. But every time we try to keep one of these hands, we just get wastelanded, and it's kind of a nightmare. Though our opponent does play Doomsday a lot, so... but if I don't, like, if I had a force, maybe, but... This hand is nothing. This hand doesn't do anything. I can't keep this hand either. If this hand had like a Saga instead of a mountain, then I might keep this hand. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. Put this grindstone away. Put this volcanic away. And let's see what you're working with, opponent. Saga has been pretty rough for us today. Okay, so it is Doomsday. They've got Consult, Street Wraith, Necro, Doomsday. So they could... I mean, they could have any 3 cards after they use Street Wraith twice. I am just going to get that Ancestral resolved right now. They can obviously Street Wraith into things, but... oh well. I would say they should use both Street Wraiths because they can hit Mental Misstep. Like the only reason maybe use one Street Wraith in case you draw like if you draw Dark Ritual, then you have Dark Ritual Doomsday. So you'd probably want to keep a Street Wraith. Well, I drew nothing, so that's bad. I can't see how we're gonna win this game. Like, what am I doing here? My Ancestrals... not great. They chose not to shuffle. Oh, this is so painful. Like, I'm not allowed to actually play Saga this turn. Because I should just fetch a Volcanic. We're just playing very poorly. If I fetched a Volcanic, I would actually be able to play Saga this turn and hold up Pyroblast. But because I fetched a basic island, I can't hold up in Pyroblast. I didn't think about drawing Saga as one of my things that could have happened. Yeah. So this is going to be... what is this? Dark Ritual Doomsday, I assume? Or maybe it's like console for a Dark Ritual. No, they found Dark Ritual. Okay. Oh, they're just gonna go for Necro. Interesting. I mean, sure. Kind of surprised, to be honest, but I think I would have gone for Doomsday. Maybe they're just too worried about Fluster. All right, what can I draw? Time Walk is a pretty good draw. A Force is not bad because I can go Saga, put Yorion in my hand, have Force Pyro. I'm sure I'm gonna draw like a Goblin Welder or something, right? Nah, they would just respond by activating their Necro. No Hitseeker second right plan. Unfortunate, really. All right, what do we got? I drew a Grindstone. Yeah, I'll take this Grindstone. I'm gonna put this Yorion is not gonna do anything. Guess I'd rather hold open Grindstone. Oh, I just don't think the piles are gonna matter too much with a Necro, but we'll see. I think like holding open Grindstone activation is better than bluffing. This could theoretically do something, whereas this I don't really think does much. This also lets me play around Ds, where this doesn't let me play around Ds. So I think it makes more sense to play Grindstone and pass than to put Yorion in my hand. I mean, my opponent's probably scared of like a pile of counter magic because I could cast Ancestral. But what they don't know is I drew 3 lands. Only 1 card off of Necro? It's kind of interesting. I probably should have milled them at end step. I definitely should have milled them at end step. Goblin Engineer for makes them have to kill me right away next turn. I mean, they're gonna have to kill me. They have to kill me anyways because of tokens, right? I'm gonna put the Time Vault in my yard. Because that should be better than doing the Grindstone thing. I can just get the key off of Saga. So my opponent has to kill me right now through Pyro Grindstone, which I'm sure they will. All right, well, they're consulting. Probably for, I don't know, counter magic maybe? I can't do the Grindstone kill because they have a Necro, right? Oh, they just lost the game. Well, no, they didn't lose the game. Oh, they're going to untap an Oracle? Okay, they're going to untap an Oracle. Okay, I mean, I have a counter spell for that. Yeah, because they don't draw with the Necro, so they can just, yeah. Yeah, they have force backup. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I needed to draw probably another counter spell. Fantastic. I have never seen that sequence before either, but I don't really think there's anything I can do besides ask my Ancestral Recall to be better. Yeah, we run it back. Was there anything else I could have done? Don't really think so. Well, no, that's not true. The not playing Volcanic on turn 1 meant I could have had a Saga in play 1 turn sooner, and I might have won that game. So I think I might have also lost this game because of misplays. Yeah, I think like misfetching on turn 1 may have just lost me this game. We live on a narrow ledge here. On a knife's edge? How did we get to narrow ledge? No. I had to hold my Saga for an extra turn. So I would have had a construct in play, and I would have been forcing them to make plays. I think it's like definitely possible that it would have mattered because they're on a pretty low life total, right? Maybe not. I think here I'm going to go for Needle on Delta and pass. I don't want to play a Time Walk, have it get countered, and then die, not having any mana up. I'm getting misstepped. I'm getting Steel Sabotaged. Yeah, sure. Don't give a shit. You got it. Yeah, but I'm also searching out of my Saga 1 turn earlier, right? Oh, maybe that doesn't matter. All right, I assume this takes Pyro because I don't have anything else going on here. So I can engineer for a Grindstone. And then I don't know. Am I getting Doomsday here after getting... Okay, I'm getting a Doomsday. That's nice. Nice of my opponent not to kill me on turn 2. Really enjoy that. I think I'm going to Time Walk. It's not like the most value play, but I think I need the extra mana and maybe like to dack into some counter magic. Okay, let's go next turn. Okay, I found a force. So maybe I don't need to dack anymore. Maybe what I need to do is just engineer, Painter's Servant, and then find a Moxen off the top. Don't want to choose blue because I don't want them to have extra Force of Will fodder. It's demonic. Oh. Doomsday. I do need to draw a Moxen, though. If I draw a Moxen... If I draw a Moxen, I get to go Moxen, turn my Moxen into a Grindstone, Grindstone them. As long as they don't have a Steel Sabotage, I guess. Oh, I don't know why I pitched Dak and not Sphinx. Whoops. That could lose. Well, they have Force backup, so now do they have a Street Wraith? They can't Gush kill me, so they might not kill me right away here. I can't Force now? What do you mean? I have to Force the Doomsday. I just misclicked. I'm really tired. It's 7 a.m. I mean, this game is still like a possibility to win. Yo, what's up, Eric? Yeah, I mean, I'm happy I'm not the one who has to make this pile, so. Oh, it's super easy, I guess. Yeah, never mind, it's super easy. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Doomsday is fucking broken. What can I say? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't. None of these were doing it. Yeah, cool. I don't know. Doomsday is not a fair deck. It's fine. It's fine. I played like shit. I played okay the first 3 rounds, and then I played like shit the last 3 rounds, which, you know, that's kind of par for the course for a 3 a.m. challenge. You're absolutely incorrect if you've never forced Doomsday. So what can I tell you, Trout? That's bad. Like there are times you don't force Doomsday, but most of the time it's not the time. So I think this deck has potential. It has a lot of garbage. We never really cast any expressive iterations. I mean, we cast a couple, but if you have a hand that like beats every Doomsday pile, you can just not force the Doomsday. Like if your hand is like 3 forces or like 2 forces, 3 Flusterstorms or something. There's like a bunch of it happens a lot in like a super controlling deck. Or if you have like some way to tempo your opponent out or something. Like if you like want them to take half their life and then you want like you have a tempo. No, like no one plays Cavern in Vintage for the most part. You don't have to worry about Cavern. I'm not sure if like playing a Cavern is like playing no Cavern might not be correct anymore. The way the Vintage is kind of turned. Yeah, if you have Brainstorm, Brain Freeze, there's like a couple like situations. I would say for the most part, you're almost always supposed to counter the Doomsday though. Like most of the time. There are like definitely corner cases though. Anyways, what I'm saying is I think this deck has some good ideas, and I was really impressed with how it played in rounds 1 through 3. I don't think that the deck was super at fault for rounds 4 through 6. I think I just played pretty miserably, which again, like is kind of par for the course for these kind of things. And like I'm liable to make some pretty hefty game mistakes when I'm fully awake. So I think I'm going to play more of something like this in the future just because it's really interesting. I think the key here is that Shredder is very, very good. And Shredder has to be being underplayed in Vintage. There has to be a good Shredder Tinker deck. There's no way that there isn't a good deck that runs both Shredder and Tinker. And we just have to find out what it is. I'm not as sold on like Painter Grindstone. It almost felt like Painter Grindstone was unnecessary when you have Vault Key already. So maybe like you can play a 60 card deck that doesn't play Painter Grindstone. Soft to Pyro? Well, no, your main win cons are non-pyroblastable. So you have Painter Grindstone, Time Vault, Urza Saga, Goblin Welder. So this deck I don't feel is soft to Pyro at all. No. I don't feel like that's the case. I did like that part where I have kind of multiple avenues to extract advantages from. I like that a lot. Oh, the theoretical good Shredder Tinker deck? I don't know. It depends. Like, that deck might play Saga, and that would help, right? Like, it's definitely possible that the good Shredder Tinker deck plays Saga. The problem with Saga is it, like, really stretches mana bases, and, like, I think even without Saga, mana bases are already super weak to the Wasteland metagame that's currently happening. Right now, 60% of decks in the field play Wasteland, which is kind of one of the big reasons why I wanted to play a basic mana base tonight. It didn't always work out, but there were definitely, like, there was one game where we were getting Ren and 6 Wastelanded, but we had 3 basics, right? That was like round 1, 2, or 3 or something like that. Well, there are Shredder Wasteland decks, right? That's Blue Tempo Birdblade. And I'm pretty sure the Blue-Red Murktide deck needs to be reconfigured to play Shredder. Because Shredder is just infinitely better than Monkey. Monkey is not really a playable Magic card in my mind for Vintage. I think that card is just very bad. Whereas Shredder is like quite good. So like the Blue-Red Murktide deck probably is supposed to be playing Shredders. But then you kind of want to rebuild your mana base to maybe do some other things. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I mean, fetching... What the problem is, like, I don't know. Like, you still have 8 fetches. Like, my fetches... I fetched badly. Like, if I fetched better, I would have been fine against combo. So, you know, there's that, and that's what... Yeah, I think Ragavan is probably one of the single most overrated cards to ever be printed. Ragavan is like a super feel-bad card when they cast your spells, but, like, the card itself, I actually don't think is as strong as everyone, you know, says it is. Especially in Vintage. I think it's like quite bad in Vintage. There's like very few matchups where you actually want to play Ragavan. So... Anyways, I'm like kind of drowning on. This was a cool experiment, and thanks everyone hanging out. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate it. Obviously, the last 3 rounds were not the best content or the best play, so I always appreciate it if you make it through the end. New videos come out on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I'll be on the lookout for that. I don't know exactly when this is going to be airing because I want to air all the A to Z challenges, so this will probably come out after the A to Z challenge is complete. So expect more challenges probably following this. And I'll see you in the next video.